Everybody, my name is Aaron.
My name is Derek.
And we're ULI,
Urban
Lifestyle Investments. And today we're going to talk about inflation in this video and the reasons for why it's going on in the first place and what you can do to be prepared and to make it through. You want to take it on from here, Derek?
Yeah, so the main reason what's going on with inflation right now is because the coronavirus started where, people weren't working and everything was shut down. So from there, they started to say, hey, you know what, we're going to raise the rates. So then when they raised the rates, we started seeing food go up. We started seeing gas prices finally going up. And then we started seeing stuff like car insurance, start seeing rent go back up. Now we're seeing all these things come full circle where everything is going up. And this is a good way, actually, believe it or not, to see how the stock market will perform too. Because see, what people don't realize is the stock market performs off of emotion, believe it or not. So when you see people that are investing in the stock market, they normally invest because they feel comfortable, they think everything is great. So if I'm spending $2,000 in the stock market, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? They rose the interest rates. What that means is, I can go back and invest, and we have some added money. People can, go ahead and work. People will be able to afford the gas prices. But right now, what we're seeing really no hold in that. We're at a point now where I feel that as inflation keeps rising, that's where we get that bubble, and if that bubble happens, then it explodes. And then we just see this huge tank when it comes to the stock market, and then we're at a bear market for a very, very, very long time until something happens where it goes right back up. And when it goes back up, then that's where you want to start investing. You have your money in there. And you can kind of tell these things by real life events. Folks don't realize the stock market is built on real life events of what's happening. That's the reason why when you have Elon say something, you're like, oh, wow, that went up by 300 or 400% in the stock market. That's because Elon Musk said something which triggered people to quickly invest. It's all about what's happening in the world. So you don't want to just look at the numbers, how that's important, but you also want to look at current news events, trends, and what's happening. This will help you really decide what is going on, because inflation really shows what's going to be happening. And when you tie events in with that, you can make sound decisions on how you invest. Aaron?
Yeah, so basically I'm going to pick up from that what Derek was saying. Inflation, man, it's crazy, man. I got a couple funny stories that I want to tell you guys about inflation. So there was a time that I went to my barber, right? I normally pay him like $20 for a lineup. I usually get like a taper lineup, something simple, I look sharp, right? But anyways, yeah. So I came there expecting to pay him $20, but he said due to inflation and everything that's going on right now, it's going to have to bump up to $30. So I was just like, man, it is what it is. Businesses got to survive. So that's part of inflation right there. You know what I mean? Everybody got to stay afloat one way or another. So that's just a primary example of inflation. But also, if you have been paying attention, the food prices have been going insanely up. And gas, is pretty much around $4 or even higher than that, actually, as we speak. But yeah, inflation is due to basically the lack of money production. The governments are printing up money that we don't actually have, and is currently using that, to tie into what's going on right now, to have it last until it gets back to originally where things were to begin with. So, also, with that being said, there's also an increase in global demand for goods and services. So, there's a higher demand. So, that's, with higher demand, the prices are going to increase because companies know that people are going to buy it because it's a need. It's an essential need for us people out there, that go out on a daily basis to buy what we need in order to, make it through the day. So, inflation is real and it's going to go on for quite some time, but ways to navigate yourself through inflation is, to basically spend your money wisely. Look for things, or, when it comes to food especially, just buy foods that you can make that will last for a couple of days, or do meal prep, or, just things like that and that nature, to have you make it through, until, you get paid next, or until you have the funds to do other things. There's many ways and many strategies of how to make it through inflation. But you know, just do some research, and you know, there's plenty of things to look up as well that can help you along the journey and along the way. So, you know, with that being said, you know, yeah, there's going to be a decrease, you know, with the productions and the goods and, you know, the services in general overall because of what's going on. But there's ways, like I said, to navigate yourself through that. Anything else you want to say on that, Derek?
So the last thing I wanted to say is kind of in my own story too. Is the other day I ended up filling at Costco, and that's like 50 cents less. These are good ways to save. Going to Costco, going to the dollar store, going to the dollar store to get like seasoning or get like many things that normally if you go to Walmart or you go to Target or any of those other stores where it costs a lot more money. Or in other cases, like I said beforehand, getting a second job doing gig work or working more hours that can kind of help assist so you can do more and be able to gain more and be all right during this inflation. Because again, it's not going to last forever. That bubble is going to hit, it'll pop, and we just kind of got to ride the wave. But once the wave is ridden and it's over, stock market will be back to normal. It always comes back up. And that's what you guys have to realize. People are so scared about stock markets, but really, again, it comes down to this. Make sure that you're saving your money. Make sure that you're investing smart. Make sure that you're going ahead and that you're finding good deals on your food, gas, and your necessities. Also, make sure that you're spending time learning and evaluating events and trends so you can make sound decisions. Anything else, or are you good?
So yeah, no. Basically, with that being said, you know, Derek pretty much covered the majority of it. If you learned anything from what we said in this video, we would highly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, please leave a comment for feedback, and if you can share with your friends and family, that'd be highly appreciated. And until next time, we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.